Most people have a major problem in life. They suffer a lack of discipline to accomplish their dreams and goals. To reach something in life, we need to have a strong mind and often also a strong body. To have a strong mind and a strong body, we need to build it. Less than 1% of the world population is born with a strong mind and body. 99% must work hard to get it. Do you remember the time in school you had to work hard for your examination? Most people did start too late with working out the formulas or were too slow with reading the needed books. It was a lot of work at the last moment. Most marks were just lower than we expected, and some of it we did not even pass. What about you? How did you do it? Another example is about your health. How often did you think about your weight and condition? Many people are overweight or do not have a good physical condition. In both cases, it affects your daily functioning, your capacities, and often your social and even love life. Fact is that most people play it on an easy daily basis with their health, as they do not realize how valuable it is. How about you? How conscious are you about your own health? Can you be positive about it? Did you ever realize that there is only one single habit you really need to develop? A better health, be good in work, have a good education, or to reach anything you wish in life. This super important habit is called discipline. Yes, pure and simple, it is discipline. Discipline is a part of our nature we often do not consider as most important. The word discipline has a tag of being boring. To many people, the word discipline is equal to routine. But is that true? Discipline is the ability to control yourself, your time, your energy, your life, your love, your health, and it makes you reach your goals. But is it simple to develop? The answer is no, it is not easy to develop. Keep it or even mature it. Now you know the problem we are facing. It is important to reach for a solution. I'm going to tell you how to find your solution. The development of discipline does not come overnight. We have to work for it. We want to have it as an asset to our life. We understand with good discipline, people will like us more, understand us better, and most of all, they will value us better and higher. The Cambridge Dictionary tells us what discipline is. Training that makes people more willing to obey or more able to control themselves, often in form of rules and punishment if these are broken, or the behavior produced by this training. The general idea of what we consider discipline gives you an insight in the meaning that society did give it. In my vision, this is a rather negative meaning and does not cover our positive nature. Look at all athletes in the world, all top people in the commercial world, and if you look more in our direction, how do you think a yogi, a monk, or spiritual person can reach the highest level of performance? Yes, it is only by the implementation of the right discipline. As basic principle for discipline, our society uses the drill instructions. Let me give 2 examples that you will know well. The first example is the drill instruction of homework. When you are at school, teachers demand you to make your homework, otherwise punishment will follow. Did it work in your case? Do you remember that only the students who liked the topic and enjoyed learning it were the best, and not the people who were punished? Right? A second example is the drill instructor in the army. Most of us know the screaming, loud mouth and spitting instructor in the face of the poor soldiers. Maybe you did have it yourself. On the contrary, with the general society in the army, it is in need of these kind of people, as a soldier may face an enemy, an interrogation or beating. In all cases, the soldier needs mental discipline to stay sane. The behavior of the drill sergeant can be extreme, but the reality may be even more extreme. These 2 forms of discipline are completely different, as the reasons behind are much different. It has no doubt that forced discipline is often counter-effective and can be harmful to the person who developed it. This also still counts for the soldiers who had undergone the forced needed discipline. I must emphasize that real discipline is voluntary and comes from the will of the person. In my opinion, it can and may never be forced upon you or others. Discipline is a part of your personal freedom to use it in your life as a structural tool or not. Some people have no goals, no destiny, or any vision in life, and we should respect that. To live no meaningful life is also a choice. For me, discipline is a free tool to make your life better, happier, more organized, and most of all, more fulfilling. With voluntary discipline, you become the happiest person in the world. Punishment is a standard behavior in our society where the foundation of power still is based on an unequal situation. You have people who order and others who have to obey. That's ruled by tradition. In my vision, we are all born equal and we should respect that. In fact, punishment must be left out and even exchanged for a reward system. From working on a better discipline, you will become a better person, make your life more valuable and reach more goals. You get something better in return when you show that you have climbed a step on the ladder of discipline. Rewards are more useful than punishment for people who really think sane. Your goal is to build discipline that lasts for a lifetime of happiness and not led by fear. Let me give a personal reason why I did consider discipline as something very important. As an asthmatic patient of just 4 years old, I had to learn not to eat some specific food items I really liked. Every sick person knows the attraction of the forbidden fruits of life, right? Chocolate and tomatoes were off limit to me. To improve my health, I had to be outside to play, get fresh air, run distances and build a good physical condition. This is demanded by the disease to live a normal life. But did you know that many people in top sport are also having an asthmatic background? asthma demands a building of stamina, physical fitness, disciplined lifestyle in food and hygiene. If you stick to this discipline, you can control your life and be the master of your destiny. The punishment of failure to comply with it is an attack. So you will be really, really sick. But our nature seems to use the standard punishment and reward system too, right? In fact, the natural order is not punishment. It's responsibility. You are responsible for your actions. And if you are irresponsible, the effect is an attack. It's like karma. Every action has a reaction. What is the solution in your case? To make your discipline improvement works, we first look at the reasons why you think that it is needed. We start with the positive part. Most people have more basic disciplines than they actually think. Our first step is to analyze your personal situation. Please take a pen or anything else and write down the answers. Take your time. The first question is, do you brush your teeth? How often do you do it? Is your discipline more oriented in the evening or in the morning? How often do you take a shower? Is it once or twice a day? Why do you take a shower? Is it very warm in your place, or you work in a dirty environment? Do you enjoy these forms of discipline? How often do you contact your friends? Is it every day or once in a while? Do you use discipline to contact them, or is it routine? How often do you come too late for an appointment? How often are you too late for a lesson? Do you consider yourself enough disciplines in appointments? And what forms of discipline do you have in your life right now? Just write down 3 different things. Before we continue, it's important we do not mix discipline with routine or addiction. So let me explain. Some people look at their mobile every second. Other people continue taking water around and sipping of it. Or maybe you keep controlling your front door after leaving the house. You may consider these actions as compulsive behavior. These people lost real control over behavior. Routine is something you do from a subconscious mind. It is a repetitional behavior done without specific focus or attention. Discipline is all done with a conscious mind and under your personal control. So go back to your answers. Take a look. Do you see that you have some form of discipline already? Look at how often do you brush your teeth? How often do you take a shower? Think about the close people offer your time to special people. What you eat and drink and how you are busy with what you consider as important. When you look at discipline in a positive way, it is easy to have it. Good things do not draw your energy, they give you energy. The first step to gain more discipline and reach your desired goals is to see it as an asset to your life and not as a burden or something heavy at all. Good discipline is interesting, and building your life, it gives you structure, control, and it makes everything easy to oversee and plan. Yes, planning is important to make space in your time, avoid stress, and make you feel relaxed. Good planning leads to a maximum of intensity in an activity, as you have loads of energy to go for it. Discipline needs to be built with simple things, joyful things, things that are easy to repeat over a long time. Take your time to build it. We're not in a hurry. People who think they can change their life from one moment to the other fall back, and it becomes very difficult to get any progress again. Building discipline is like building a house, stone by stone, floor by floor, from the outside till a finalizing step into the interior. First the rough contours and then the details of the decoration. All takes time and effort. Like building a house and decorate it completely in your personal style is fun, and you can enjoy the process when the planning is good. Always keep in mind that when building that house, your house, there are setbacks and failures. That's for every house. Also, in your case, there is nothing completely flawless in life. You must be prepared for failure and setbacks. Being prepared is not holding you back, but it gives you insight in the details, make you more cautious. And how do you start with the process? Select at least 3 different topics of your discipline training that you wish to train. Let me give 10 examples to start with. Call these examples task tops. Task tops. Number 1. Eat vegetables or fruit every day. Try to be creative and have variation. Number 2. Call an important person in your life every 2 days. It should not be the same person every time. Try to find variation. Number 3. Do shopping at a specific time in the week, but also change places of where you do the shopping. Number 4. Cycle a measurable distance every week and try to decrease the time, but at the same time try a different route. Number 5. Add a routine to your daily rise up, as drink a glass of water or tea, or take an extra piece of fruit. But keep in mind that this routine should be under conscious control, and you should make variations. So don't make it an unconscious routine. Number 6. Create a bed routine with personal edges. Change the room to suit your demands, and if you have a partner, try to convince him or her to participate in it. And again, the routine should be only for a while. Change it, be creative, and alter it slowly but steady in a conscious way till it suits you. Number 7. Have a worship or greeting every day or other day. Try to change into a personal variation and keep improving this till you feel it suits you better. Number 8. Stop every half on the day for short concentration, or call it meditation. Try to find different places and positions, and don't let it become a boring routine. Number 9. Choose specific clothes to wear or take with you every day for at least a month. The clothing can also be a bag, a belt, or a fashionable item. Beware to have changes and not carry around the same bag or whatever item it is for a long time. Change is fun and makes your mind clear. But make it a routine in a way that you can control it, understand it, and discipline it. Number 10. Find a specific movement or word. Any phrase is okay too, that you start using every day for a period of 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then invent another for a week, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, doesn't matter how long. Try to be inventive and get people to copy you. That's interesting. Let them copy you. The movement or words does not need to have a meaning, but you should add it to create an unconscious form of focus and copy for others. You do not need to do all this thing at the same time. I advise you to take one task at each time. That keeps you creative, fun, and it will not fill up any stress. The last step is to build discipline, is to identify your desired goals and interests, for which you need a disciplined lifestyle. Remember, discipline may use a routine, but you should always do it consciously of the fact that it is a routine that you control and you can change whenever you like to do so. Routines in itself are not always positive. Let me give you some examples. Call these examples prospects. Sample 1. You want to travel abroad to a tropical forest. To go there, you need to have a good condition, a higher physical resistance to disease, mental stability, and be well organized. Sample 2. You get a new job offer. In that job, you are responsible for 50 people. Be in charge of their training, production, and keep control of their health situation. It is needed to make a plan and imply it by yourself. Sample 3. Next month you open a yoga center. You need to design the studio, create a complete lesson program, prepare the lesson all by yourself, select and write the music, think about the content of the teaching, draw a path for yourself and students, find fellow teachers, and so on. So it is a lot of work. Consider it and think, how should you do that? Sample 4. You become a new mom or dad and must take care of the children. Stable children demand stable parents. As a child copies it, what it sees and what you do. Sample 5. You like to be good in sport or in another activity. To become good in something, you need to exercise very regularly. All exercise must be fit into your current lifestyle and must be an asset and not a disturbance. How will you implement that? Each of these examples need a focus on the goal and most of all a disciplined lifestyle to make it happen. If you do not use the right discipline to control yourself, the results will be disastrous and even life-threatening in some ways. Think about the situation in the jungle. Stress, physical injury, and mental collapse are around the corner if you don't be a disciplined person. After that, we analyze the process. So how can you analyze the process you are going through of growing to be a better person and to be better in your discipline? The first step to see if you did book any results is to answer the simple question: did you book any results on your set goals task top? Remember, task top, the first part. What results did you book and are you satisfied with them? After this, you look at prospects. Did you find a way to reach that goal or come closer to realize it? A very important part of the analysis is: did you feel a better person? Did you become more stable? Feel more confident? Do you use discipline in a positive way in your life? Did your relationship with your environment and relationship on the love life change for the better? After analyzing, you realize that the implementation of positive discipline brings you a lot of benefits and profits, which did make your life more happy and healthy, richer. Question and answer. Question: do I have to change my lifestyle completely? Answer: no. You should never have drastic changes in lifestyle if you wish to continuing the good things the rest of your life. The best way to get things really moving is a step-by-step procedure where you handle one thing at a time. No hurry or stress is allowed. Otherwise, you will not be able to make it last. Question: my partner is very unorganized. Will that disturb my lifestyle? Answer: the answer is often yes. Organization needs support. If you plan to have a more disciplined lifestyle, you should ask your partner to participate or support you. When the partner works against your progress, it will become a difficult road to go. Question: how often do I need to practice discipline to get it working? Answer: every day. Discipline is based on a conscious mind of routines. Your mind and body have to set it to a normal situation, something you cannot do without. Lack of exercise will disturb the system and it may lose its power. This is especially in the first few months of your training. After it becomes a second nature, you are able to relax and sometimes break it. How many things I can change each time in my life? Answer: every person is different. Some people are able to take more or less drastic measures, while others already have difficulty with small changes. it is very important to start with small steps that you can measure, control, and continue without much struggle in the beginning. If the change is a real struggle right at the start, only very few people will make it last. It is better to prevent a fallback and a failure by taking small steps. Question: is discipline a conscious or a subconscious behavior? Answer: every discipline begins as a conscious process and must become a subconscious nature. If you keep it as a conscious behavior, you will become tired of it, and it will slowly but steady lose your interest or will to apply it. Discipline must become a second nature of yourself. But discipline is always a personal choice of a conscious mind. As a final notice, I would like to say, a good listener will have noticed that there is no mention of gender or age. My method is used with every age or gender and can start at any time in life to be successful. Good luck. Arnoud van der Veer. Question and answer. Question: do I have to change my lifestyle completely? Answer: no. You should never have drastic changes in lifestyle if you wish to continuing the good things the rest of your life. The best way to get things really moving is a step-by-step procedure where you handle one thing at a time. No hurry or stress is allowed. Otherwise, you will not be able to make it last. Question: my partner is very unorganized. Will that disturb my lifestyle? Answer: the answer is often yes. Organization needs support. If you plan to have a more disciplined lifestyle, you should ask your partner to participate or support you. When the partner works against your progress, it will become a difficult road to go. Question: how often do I need to practice discipline to get it working? Answer: every day. Discipline is based on a conscious mind of routines. Your mind and body have to set it to a normal situation, something you cannot do without. Lack of exercise will disturb the system and it may lose its power. This is especially in the first few months of your training. After it becomes a second nature, you are able to relax and sometimes break it. How many things I can change each time in my life? Answer: every person is different. Some people are able to take more or less drastic measures, while others already have difficulty with small changes. It is very important to start with small steps that you can measure, control, and continue without much struggle in the beginning. If the change is a real struggle right at the start, only very few people will make it last. It is better to prevent a fallback and a failure by taking small steps. Question: is discipline a conscious or a subconscious behavior? Answer: every discipline begins as a conscious process and must become a subconscious nature. If you keep it as a conscious behavior, you will become tired of it, and it will slowly but steady lose your interest or will to apply it. Discipline must become a second nature of yourself. But discipline is always a personal choice of a conscious mind. As a final notice, I would like to say, a good listener will have noticed that there is no mention of gender or age. My method is used with every age or gender and can start at any time in life to be successful. Good luck. Arnoud van der Veer.